What's up, guys? Galaxis here, and we're back for some more expert dungeons. In this one, we're actually going to be doing substitutions. You can see we already have the 3 flames on 3, 1 through 5. And we're going to go back through those and do substitutions. We're taking out Vlad, we're taking out Santa Boom, we're putting in Immortep and Grizzly Reaper. Now, I know that it's not the same, they're not the powerhouse team, but Grizzly Reaper and Immortep are definitely effective. And, Immortep, I remember when I saved probably for like a month and a half, getting all the shards together. Back then, there wasn't any HBM, no Here Be Monsters. There was dungeons. You could do some dungeons. You couldn't sweep them, but you could do some dungeons. And it took me quite a long time at that time to be able to pick up Immortep. 7,500 gems. I remember saving for him. He's very, very effective, and I still have a lot of faith in my Immortep. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to be dropping in. Going to put our Pumpkin Duke down there, get him stacking up a little bit, let everybody target him real quick and get those procs stacking a little bit, and then we're going to use Guardian Angel, drop him in, and just get all of our guys going. Let's get that set up there. So now we have everybody in, the procs are going off. Going to have to protect and make sure everybody is not going to get killed by the bombs and stuff, so we're going to do what we can here. Drop the restoration down. Wasn't 100% effective. It looked like a lot of people just moved right out of the area, so we didn't get a lot of that in. They didn't get a lot from that. And we have a Immortep there. He's taking a lot of aggro, and he couldn't heal, so we lost a Immortep. It's going to have to gem him back. Never really loved that, but you got to do it sometime. So the whole purpose here is to get 3 flames. Man, we lost Grizzly Reaper too. Darn it. So when we did expert dungeons with Vlad and Santa Boom, we didn't take those losses that time. I think we may have lost Pumpkin on one of those, but looks like we're going to get through this without losing anybody else. So yeah, that happens sometimes. You got to just go ahead and take those losses. If I were you, I would just go ahead and let it. And see, we got to get that Immortep's level up. He's level 100, so that's not really a very good representation. But what I was saying is, if I was you, I would probably not spend the gems and just wait a few minutes for it to, for him to be able to be revived. But for the sake of the video, we will go ahead and gem him back, just so that we have them ready to go. And what we'll probably have to do is go out and do a little bit of raiding also in order to get some gold. Keep going. I really want to bring that Immortep up before we go any further, because that's sort of a misrepresentation of what Immortep can do. We'd like to see him at level 140, but I think we'll at least go out and get enough gold to bring him up to level 120. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Take a slight detour. I'm just grabbing 1 flag so we can drop and be able to pick up some pretty decent resources. And we're just looking for somebody with a few 100,000 at least in gold. This guy has 187,000, so we'll go for that. Basically just get our guys in there, get going, drop that flag in there, get the extra resources from that. And basically we're going to just do this real quick and level up the Immortep, just so he can be able to take a little bit more, because we don't want to have to deal with that and have him dying. So you really want to have all your guys pretty much the same level. Maybe your tank or a couple other people. Pumpkin Duke is usually the highest level, so you can have him visible for going in for maces and stuff like that. But I would definitely say have the rest of your guys up there. So now we do have enough gold. Go ahead and bring him up real quick. So at least got him there. And I think we have a few books, but might not have enough books to make a big difference. Let's check it out real quick. And if we dropped all these in, it would take pretty much all of them and we wouldn't get very far. But we can use some of these. We'll bring them up to 120, and then we'll just leave him at that. And next time we'll work a little bit more to bring him up to 140 so he can be with everybody else. There we go. Got him at level 120. Okay, so that should make a little bit of a difference. Make him a little bit stronger, take a little bit more damage, and that's going to be big to keep him going. So let's do our substitutions again real quick. Take our Vlad off, put a Immortep in, take Santa Boom out, put Grizzly Reaper in there. 5 of 8 scatter on him. and we'll go right back in. So what we're basically going to do is we're looking for a good place to drop that's not going to, that's going to give us the best advantage. So I'm thinking just like we did before, right outside of the griffins over here. We'll land there, give us a chance to start proccing. And I think I landed with Vlad Dracula before because I wanted him to be able to wipe those guys out. So it's a little bit different this time without using Vlad. I went ahead and used the pumpkin. And you see we're probably going to need to go ahead and drop some restoration on. Now, if I remember right, Vlad wasn't having much of a problem neutralizing all of those towers and stuff like that in that area over there where Imhotep is. And we're taking a little bit of damage here. Our pumpkin is right in the middle, so he may actually... No, it looks like Druid got close enough to heal him. Okay, so cool. So we might actually make it out here without having to gem anybody back. And you see, it just took a little bit longer, but still effective. Still was able to get rid of that and knock those out and get the 3 flames. And that is the most important thing, to pick up all the flames you can, because you got to get enough flames to be ready for evolution. And everybody is on this grind trying to figure out the best way to do it. So see, with this one it's a little bit different because there's the walls. We're gonna just go ahead and drop them inside of the walls because we don't want to have to try and break through three walls in order to get in there. So drop them in here, and I dropped pumpkin first to get him proccing and get everything going. We had that angel on there. We got restoration. Gonna use that to try and keep everybody alive. And hopefully they don't just start splitting up really bad, but looks like they got everything under control pretty good here. You see Grizzly Reaper is actually effectively taking care of some of these swarms of griffins and stuff like that. So, I mean, that is an advantage that Grizzly has, because as he's going through the process, he just took out all of those griffins there. So, I mean, that's pretty awesome. Okay, we lost some more Tep. We did lose a Mortep, so we're gonna have to gem back our Mortep to keep going. But like I said, you could go ahead and just let it wait for a minute, in a few minutes, and then you'll have him back. You don't have to gem it back, but the whole point, it's got 3 flames, and that is the most important thing. Get those 3 flames. We did lose a Mortep, but he is only level 120, so it's sort of expected that we're gonna lose him a little bit. Got to work on those levels, guys. Got to make sure that we got them up there in order to get through here. So it sucks that they have that all the way. This is when it would be good to have some troops to be able to drop in there and take that out instead of having to wait a few extra seconds, but whatever. So gonna have to gem back our Mortep to keep going, but there you go. Got 3 flames. He's level 120, so it's just, that's the thing that's hurting us right here. I've already had to spend a few gems just to bring him back, and now we're in the situation where we don't have enough gold for magic. So we're gonna have to go out and do some raiding, see if we can get any gold out of this stuff. Okay, no gold there, so yeah, we are gonna have to go out and do a little bit of raiding. Don't have enough for a guardian angel, so let's do some substitutions, get our guys back in, because we're gonna need the powerhouses to quickly go out and get some gold and not have to worry too much about it. So let's look for somebody with a decent amount of gold. Grab us a flag real quick, and hopefully we can find somebody. Oops, not going back into dungeons. Hopefully we can find somebody with a lot of gold. And this base right here, 175,000, not too bad. But this base, with the pathing there in the middle and stuff, man, you'll end up running in there, and it's likely with only restoration magic, we're not going to be able to do that. So let's just go ahead. We'll find. I think we're going to keep on going and look for somebody with a little bit more gold. 187,000. I wish we could get the guardian magic, man. Wish we had enough. I should have just went ahead and raided that guy for a little bit of gold so we could have got that. But thinking back, let's just keep on looking for somebody to raid. This guy has 250,000, so there's definitely enough. We can be able to get the magic that we need and do a couple more raids. So I'm thinking just go ahead and drop in Pumpkin here. We only have restoration, so it's a little bit dangerous with that succubus. Oh, hurry and get the magic down. Okay, Pumpkin made it. It was looking a little bit scary there. He's actually just dropping back and forth. But that did allow everybody to get going because they were trying to target Pumpkin. And, you know, he just got procking and just awesome. And then you got Santa Boom going off, and you got Vlad cleaning everything up. So pretty good. Still dangerously close there with the Pumpkin dude. But there we go. Got 3 flames on that. 250,000 plus 75,000 bonus for the flag. So got enough to get our magic back, and got a more tip here, and we're gonna actually have to gem him back. You know, let's go ahead and just keep on doing. We're gonna go ahead and raid a little bit more because I know that that's not very much gold, and we got to be able to get enough to keep on going. So let's do that before we switch everybody up and do our substitutions. We'll just do a little bit more raiding. Get in here. This is 187,000. Not bad. We can definitely take that. Pumpkin's there getting targeted. Everybody's sort of breaking up. So this is a little bit dangerous, but I think we got it under control. Just get that restoration in there, and we're good. All right. I had to take off out of there. I didn't want to lose my Pumpkin, and he had ran away from the restoration. So let's see here. Got 125,000 there. We're looking for somebody with some serious gold, man, so we can just raid one guy and just get out of there. These guys with 120,000, and then those bases that they have, you know, not really wanting to deal with that. Okay, here's 460,000. Awesome. All right, and this isn't too bad. We can go ahead and get. We do have a Harpy Queen in there. I'm thinking let's start over here by this Atlanta core and just try and kill him before he procs. So go ahead and drop my Pumpkin in first, and you know, get him stacking up. And I got my Guardian Angel. Drop that in there to make sure that Atlanta core doesn't kill everybody. And then we'll use restoration. I'm thinking probably right in the middle, sort of where everything is right there. Get Pumpkin Duke protected. So yeah, man, now we're gonna have enough gold. We can just go ahead and do our substitutions and keep everything moving without having to come back out. So we had to do that little bit of raiding, and that's oops, accidentally went out of the app. Let me go get back in there real quick. There we go. So yeah, we got lots of gold here, 875. We actually picked up some gems too for completing that. So that's cool because we've been spending gems to you know, gem back the heroes that die. So let's get that stacked up, and we've got plenty to keep on going here. So let's do our substitutions. Actually, let's see if we have enough. I think we might have enough to bring. Yeah, we do. We'll go ahead and use the 500,000. We'll bring him up. Now we're not going to have enough to, you know, take him up any further. These books are probably, you know, not going to get him too far. But we'll use all this stuff, and we'll just work on him later. But 129 is a pretty decent level. A lot better than having him at level 100 where he was. And see, it would take like all of the blue books. So we won't do that, but 129 is a lot better than having him at level 100, so that should help him stay alive a little bit longer. And you know, next time we'll work on getting his levels up there a little bit more. We'll get some more books and stuff like that. So we got our substitutions in. Let's go ahead and gem him back. Make sure we got our magic, and let's go into try and finish these last couple dungeons. So we've done 1, 2, 3, and now we're on 4. We got 4 and 5 to do with our substitutions in. So this is the one that's a little bit crazy. I think that we'll do the same thing we did before. We'll land over by the griffins there and try and, you know, get everybody going. We're going to put our Pumpkin down, and let's see if we can get him stacking up real quick. Drop our frenzy in real quick, and then Pumpkin first. And see, that's going to allow him to start stacking them up pretty good. It's going to really get everybody going. And I just got to make sure to keep him protected in there. And get our restoration ready. Everybody's sort of coming together in the middle, so it'd probably be a good place to put it. That'll allow everybody to make it through that, because that's going to be the toughest part. All of those towers are actually targeting from all different angles, so you know, hopefully these guys can hold up there. And Pumpkin is going into a little bit of a bomb path, I think, too. He's by himself over there. It's a little bit dangerous. We might actually lose the pumpkin and have to gem him back. Yeah, because see, he's all by himself. It's pretty guaranteed he's going to die. So we're losing pumpkin, but that's only one guy that we'll have to gem back, and it looks like we'll be able to do the rest of this. We have Grizzly Reaper and Cupid now that are there putting in work trying to take care of the rest of those towers. Now there's nobody for Grizzly Reaper to be able to heal from. You know, his life drain effect is actually only good if there's people actually on the battlefield. So not able to heal, but not going to have a problem knocking that stuff out of there. So as you can see, it took a little bit longer with our substitutions in. We did lose our Pumpkin Duke. You know, Grizzly Reaper and Amortep were able to do the job, but definitely took a little bit longer. We only got about a minute left. So I think that, you know, still got 3 flames, and that's the biggest part. But we're going to have to spend a few more gems here to bring back our Pumpkin Duke, or wait. I would suggest to wait. But for the video, we're going to go ahead and gem him back and just go right in. We got the last one here. And let's see how we can do this without Santa Boom and without Vlad Dracula. We got our guys in. You can see there's a lot of towers in here. They're starting to have pretty decent garrison, you know, around those guys. And some of the futures are going to start having level 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, it gets pretty crazy, these expert dungeons. But this is one of the first ones that you're starting to sort of see what you're going to be up against. Now we're going to drop our Guardian Angel in there, sort of give everybody a little bit of protection. And it looks like the only person that is really getting targeted the most is Grizzly Reaper. So luckily our guys kicked in, started healing. And, you know, they're just going to go across here, it looks like, in a nice, you know, pattern where they're just going to crush through there. And that's pretty awesome. Now, Grizzly is out there in the front, so I might put the restoration on him. But honestly, this is the last one that we're going to do right now, so I'm not really too concerned. You know, if I start losing guys, then that's just what's going to happen. But not looking too bad. Okay, we did lose Grizzly Reaper. As long as we can get our 3 flames, we're not really caring if we lose, you know, a few guys here. And Amortep, yep, lost Amortep. So we have our healer and our pumpkins. We got all of our buffers, Pumpkin, Cupid, and Druid. They're not going to have a problem, you know, being able to get the rest of this stuff done. Pumpkin is there. He's starting to proc, and that's awesome. So we are going to have to do a series of being able to try and get through this stuff with a crew that doesn't have a Pumpkin Duke, and that'll have to be a whole entire another series. But you see, we lost our Grizzly, we lost Amortep, but we're not going to gem them back right now because this is going to be the end of this one, and we'll get back and pick it up on the next video. We'll be doing Expert Dungeons 3, 6 through 10. So thank you guys for watching. You know, make sure that you click the like and subscribe button, guys. You know, if you enjoyed it. And just keep on grinding. Until next time, Galaxus out.